Good morning students, welcome to botany sessions, and today we are going to discuss plant tissue culture. In previous videos already have been discussed what is called plant tissue culture and what are the basic concept of plant tissue culture, what are the facilities that are should be maintained within the laboratory condition. Those are things already we have been discussed in previous videos. In these videos we are going to discuss what are the techniques that are involved in the plant tissue cultures. Plant tissue culture, culturing or growing of any living plant cells or tissues or protoplasm under the artificial synthetic medium, I mean under human controlled condition. These are called plant tissue culture. What are the techniques that are involved in the plant tissue culture? The first technique, sterilizations. Second, medium preparations. A lot of medium that are available to introduce into the plant tissue culture. Several kinds of mediums. We will discuss one by one. The third one is culture conditions. Culture conditions, for example, pH of the culture and the temperature, intensity of light, then humidity. These are the culture conditions should be maintained in the laboratory condition. Then fourth one is induction of callus. Callus is unorganized mass of undifferentiated tissue or cells are called callus. How to be induced callus under the influence of oxygen and cytophenin? That's we are going to discuss. Then fifth one is embryogenesis. It's a process by development of embryo from the callus. These are called embryogenesis. It is also called embryo. It is also called somaclonal embryos. The last one is hardening. Hardening, it is nothing but it is a technique to gradual expose of plant tissues under the normal environmental condition. These are called hardening process. So these are the basic techniques that are involved in the plant tissue culture. Then first one is sterilization, second one is medium preparations, third one is culture condition, then fourth one is induction of callus, fifth one is embryogenesis, then sixth one is hardening. I will explain one by one. The first, sterilizations. It is a technique. Sterilization, it is a technique that is applied to get rid of microbes such as bacteria and fungi. Bacteria and fungi. That how to kill the bacteria fungi which is present in the plant material, I mean explant, culture medium, then vessels, I mean culture vessels. What are the culture vessels that are used? For example, Petri plate. Petri plate or also Petri dish. Then culture tube or conical flask. Conical flask. So these are the culture vessels which are used in the plant tissue culture. First, we should be sterilized. Explant, culture medium and culture vessel should be sterilized. So what the essence of sterilization is to kill the microbes such as bacteria and fungi before we are introduce the explant into the culture medium. That should be sterilized. So the sterilization techniques involve 5 steps. First one is maintenance of aseptic conditions. Aseptic is nothing but under in vitro within the laboratory conditions should be maintained. I mean aseptic conditions. So during tissue culture within the laboratory condition, aseptic condition should be maintained, or aseptic environmental condition should be maintained by sterilization of these culture vessels or forceps or glass ware. Glass ware is nothing but culture vessels, and in addition to that, scalpels nothing but knife. So these are the vessels that are used in the plant tissue culture. It should be sterilized. How to be sterilized? By keeping in autoclave. Autoclave. What is called autoclave? It is an electrical device or electronic device that use steam under the pressure to kill the microbes such as bacteria and fungi. So all these vessels that are should be kept in your autoclave to maintain the temperature 121 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes. Otherwise called 15 psi. The 15 psi in the sense to maintain 121 degrees Celsius for minimum 15, maximum 30 minutes. They should be sterilized or free from microbes such as bacteria and fungi. Otherwise, all these vessels are dipped in 70% alcohol, 70% ethanol or alcohol. They should be free from microbes. Then followed by flamed and cooled forceps are used. First you should be flame the forceps, then cool. That is used for transfer of explant onto the culture medium. So these are the maintenance of aseptic condition. Then second, sterilizations of culture room. Second, culture room. How to be sterilize the culture room? Floor and also wall of the culture room, first you should be washed with the detergent, then followed by 2% sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite. It is a sterilization agent that should be kill the microbes. 2% sodium hypochlorite or 95% ethanol. These are the first steps should be sterilize the culture room. The next, cabinet of the airflow chamber, laminar airflow chamber. Airflow chamber that should be sterilized. I mean the surface or cabinet of the laminar airflow chamber should be sterilized by using 95% ethanol. Then followed by it should be exposed to the ultraviolet radiation for 50 minutes. Definitely they should be clear or free from microbes. Laminar airflow chamber, it is an instrument that is used in the plant tissue cultures. It's composed of several layers, and all the procedure of plant tissue culture should be done within the laminar airflow chamber. Before we are in inoculation, introduce the plant tissues onto the culture medium. The laminar airflow chamber should be sterilized by using 95% ethanol or also alcohol. So culture rooms are sterilized. Next, how to be sterilized culture medium. And third one is sterilization of culture medium. So the culture medium should be poured into the glass container, for example conical flask. It is a conical flask. So the culture medium should be poured into the glass container. It is a nutrient medium. It is composed of a lot of macronutrients, micronutrients, minor nutrients, iron content, vitamins, a lot of plant growth regulators, everything are present in the culture medium. It is also called nutrient medium. The first you should be pour the nutrient medium into the glass container. The mouth of the glass container It should be closed with plug or plugging. Plugging means closed with unabsorbent cotton. Otherwise, should be sealed with any plastic containers should be sealed or completely plugged with the unabsorbent cottons. Then how to be sterilize this culture medium? It is also contain a lot of microbes, bacteria and fungi. And before using this, how to be sterilized this culture medium? It is also kept under autoclave to maintain the temperature of 121 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes. If they are exposed to the autoclave for maintain the temperatures of 121 degrees Celsius, otherwise 15 psi, automatically to kill the microbes which is present in the culture medium. So sterilizations of culture medium over. The next, how to be sterilized explant. Sterilization of explant. What do you mean by explant? The plant material that are used in the plant tissue cultures which is obtained from the selected plant. These are called explant. A tissue or a plant cells isolated from the desirable plant or selected plant. These are called explant. So how do we sterilize the explant? So the explant also may contain lot of microbes. So that should be sterilized first. Surface sterilizations. Surface sterilizations. So the surface sterilization, they should be exposed to the first cleaning with the running tap waters. Running tap water. So the material, for example, the leaf, the explant either may be root or stem or leaf, that should be selected or isolated from the plant. It should be surface sterilization or clean with the running tap water or sterile water. Then followed by treated with mercury chloride. They should be treated with or with the help of a sterilizing agent 0.1% mercury chloride. It is one of the sterilization agent that is used to kill the microbes. So the explant treated with 0.1% of mercury chloride, then followed by 70% ethanol. It should be treated with 70% ethanol. Automatically the explants are free from the microbes. So these are the sterilization technique. Sterilization is nothing but it is a technique that you employ to get or to kill the microbes such as bacteria and fungi which is present in the culture vessels, culture medium, explant, in the culture room, laminar airflow chambers. Everything should be sterilized. The second steps, medium preparation or media preparation. What is called media? It is nothing but culture media. They contain a lot of minerals, vitamins and plant growth regulators that is essential for induce the callus formation in the plant tissue culture. So media. The success of the plant tissue culture under the composition of a lot of or a variety of plant growth substance, plant growth regulators, and in addition to that culture condition. What are the culture condition? pH of the culture, temperature of the culture, aeration, agitation, intensity of light and humidity. These are the culture conditions that enhance the plant growth regulators. So these are the main success of the plant tissue cultures. So no single medium can enhance the plant growth within the laboratory condition. No, never. A variety of medium that are used in the plant tissue cultures. For example of media, the first one is MS medium. It is nothing but Morash and Scoosh medium. Morash and Scoosh medium. It is a commonly used mediums. It is a commonly used medium, Morash and Scoosh medium. It was first developed by Morash and Scoosh in the year 1962. It is a first medium because it contains a lot of carbon sources, vitamins, hormones. It is nothing but plant growth regulators such as auxin, cytokinin. Everything are macronutrients, micronutrients, minor nutrients, iron content. Everything are which is present in this medium. It was first developed by Morash and Scoosh scientists in the year 1962. It is a commonly used medium in all purpose of tissue culture within the laboratory condition. Then second medium, B5 medium. It is also called Camberg medium. Camberg. It was developed by Camberg in the year 1968. B5 medium. It is also called Camberg medium. Camberg. Then third one is N medium. It is also called niche medium. Niche medium. It was developed by Niche in the year 1969. Niche medium. Then fourth one is W medium. It is also called white medium. White scientist. It was first developed by white scientists in the year 1943. So a lot of medium these are the medium that are used in the plant tissue culture. Once again, MS medium, Morash and Scoosh medium. B5 medium, it is also called a Camberg medium. N medium, niche medium. W medium, it is also called white medium. These are the various mediums that are used in the plant tissue culture. Among these commonly used medium, Morash and Scoosh medium. So the medium either may be solid state or semi-solid or maybe liquid state. For semi-solid or solidification, a jelly-like substance agar is added. For solidifications, how the medium gets solidified? By adding agar. It is a jelly-like substance. Then what is called agar? What are the essential of agar? How it is play an important role in the plant tissue culture? Agar, it is a mucilaginous. Mucilaginous is nothing but jelly-like substance. Polysaccharide, it is a polysaccharide. Polysaccharide. It is obtained from a marine red algae, commonly called seaweeds. So the agar is obtained from the marine red algae such as Gelidium and Grasslerium. Gelidium and Grasslerium. It is a red algae, commonly called as seaweeds. So it is obtained from Gelidium and Grasslaria, that is used in the solidification of medium in the laboratory condition. Once again, what is called agar? Agar, it is a mucilaginous polysaccharide substance obtained from the marine red algae is called Gelidium and Grasslaria, that is used in the solidification of medium in the laboratory conditions. So these are the medium. How to be prepare the medium? Various techniques that is also involved in the medium. That's we are going to study in higher classes. Medium. Then third techniques, culture conditions. So what are the culture conditions that are used? Culture condition. First one is pH. You know what is called pH? Potential of hydrogen ion concentrations. pH. How do we maintain the pH in the culture room? Potential of hydrogen ion concentration, pH. So the pH of the culture medium should be adjusted between the 5.6 to 6.0 in acidic condition, acidic range, not in alkaline condition. That is a best result for the growth of tissues on the culture medium. pH, what are the ranges of pH that are used in the plant tissue culture? 5.6 to 6.0 in acidic condition, not in alkaline condition. It's a first culture condition. Second one is temperature. Temperature. So the culture medium should be inoculated regularly or normally at the constant temperatures 25 degrees Celsius plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius to obtain the optimum growth for plant tissue cultures. 25 degrees Celsius plus or minus, in the sense either maybe 27 or maybe 23. These are the optimum. If you are maintaining this temperature within the laboratory condition, we get the optimum growth of plant tissues. 25 degree plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius temperature. Third one is humidity and intensity of light intensity. So the culture medium that require 50 to 60% of humidity, I mean moisture, humidity that require, it is followed by intensity of light, I mean photoperiod, it's followed by photoperiodism required. Photoperiod. You know what it means photoperiodism? The response of the plant's growth for certain hours light and dark is essential. The relative length of light and dark is essential for the growing of plant cells. That is called photoperiodism. For 16 hours light, then followed by 8 hours darkness. It is essential. So these are called photoperiodism. First, they allowed them to humidity for minimum 50 to 60% humidity. Then followed by photoperiodism, intensity of light, by how to apply the light by the illuminations of cool white fluorescent bulb, that is called ultraviolet light is there within the laminar hair flow chambers. Cool white fluorescent light is essential. Approximately 1000 lux applied. What do you mean by lux? It is a unit of intensity of light. Unit of intensity of light. 1000 unit of light is essentials for the growing of plant cells. So these are the humidity and light intensities. Then last, another one is culture condition, aerations. Aeration, then agitations. Aeration, the plant culture medium, the culture medium should be allowed with aeration. How to be allowed the aerations? By shaking of these conical flasks. If the mediums are taken in the conical flask, that should be plugged with the cotton plug, there should be shack. Or with the help of automatic shaker also there. If you are placed on the automatic shaker, they automatically gets shaking or gets aerated. Otherwise, by passing a sterilized air filter, air that should be passed into the medium, they automatically get aeration as such that enhancing the growth of the plant cells. In addition to the agitation means the mixing of both micro and macro nutrients, they get settled at the bottom. If there gets mixing, they gets by the process called agitation. If they gets agitated, they mixing well, then enhance the growth of the plant cells. So these are the culture conditions should be maintained within the laboratory condition. The next technique, induction of callus. Fourth one is induction of callus. How do we induce the callus? What is called callus? How do we induce? So the explant of 1 to 2 centimeters a sterilized segment, it is selected from the root stem leaf. For example, it is eggplant. Yes, it is a desirable plant. You want to select it. This is a eggplant, and the eggplant should be surface sterilized. You know that just now I point out. Have to be surface sterilized by treated with 0.1% of mercury chloride. They automatically are free from microbes. And if you remove the eggplant with the help of scalpels or knife, it is an eggplant. So the eggplant should be minimum 1 to 2 centimeters. These are the sterilized eggplant should be selected, and it should be introduced or transferred into the culture medium or nutrient medium. It is a MS medium. For example, it is MS medium, MS nutrient medium, by the process called inoculations. These are called inoculation. Define inoculation. What do you mean by inoculation? The process of transfer of eggplant. The eggplant is selected either from root portion or stem portion or leaf portion, even the tuber, potato tuber. Living cells have the ability to develop into entire organism. These are called totipotency concept. That's unique in plant cells but not in animal cells. The totipotency, it is unique in plant cell. Any living plant cells have the capable or capacity to develop into entire organism. So it may be root portion or stem portion or leaf portion selected, and they should be surface sterilized and introduced into the MS nutrient medium, then supplemented with auxin, then cytokinin. These are the plant growth regulator. They induce the cell divisions of eggplant. Auxin induces cell division, especially for example IAA, indole 3 acetic acid. It's a natural acid that are used in the plant tissue culture. Cytokinin, for example kinetin, then benzyl aminopurine, BAP. These are the commonly used cytokinin in the plant tissue culture, BAP, benzyl aminopurine, and auxin IAA. That's used. Then it is followed by alternate with the light and dark period for 12 hours. That is called photo period. Followed by photo period 12 hours. 12 hours in the sense, for example, 8 hours or 16 hours light, then followed by again 4 hours of darkness, alternatively light and dark. They should be exposed. As such, the surface of the eggplant to develop callus. Yes, it is a callus. Callus is nothing but unorganized tissues or cells. There is no any organ formation. It is unspecialized cell, a mass of unspecialized cell. There is no any specialized organ development. Okay, it's unorganized mass of undifferentiated cells which is growing in the in vitro. That is called callus formation. Now this callus, which is differentiated into embryo formation by the process called embryogenesis. Induction of callus over. The next step actually embryogenesis. What do you mean by embryogenesis? Callus undergoes differentiated to form embryo, and plant tissue yes, it is a callus formation. And before embryogenesis, the callus should be separated, and single cell callus are cultured. These are called cell suspensions. Callus is a mass of cell, and for enhancing the growth, we should separate the callus in the culture medium. These are called cell suspension or single cell culture. single cell cultures. From the single cell culture, embryo is developed. Yes, these are the early embryo developed. Then the process of development of embryo from the callus, these are called embryoid. Embryoid are also called somaclonal embryo. Somaclonal embryo, because the embryo is developed from the somatic cells, not from the reproductive part. Such embryo is called somaclonal embryo, are also called embryoid. Now this embryo, they gets subculturing. These are the subculturing. Embryo gets separated in the different culture medium. If you reduce the embryo, automatically they induce the plantlets. These are called plantlets. The embryo gets subculturing in different culture medium. The induced plantlets are developed by the process called embryogenesis. Then finally, these plantlets are exposed in the natural environmental condition in a stepwise manner by the process called hardening. See, hardening, this already growing within the laboratory conditions. So these plant tissues which is growing in the laboratory condition, they require a hardening period. That should be exposed to the greenhouse, otherwise called hardening chamber. Yes, it is a hardening chamber. It is a hardening chamber or greenhouse. Then followed by natural environmental conditions by the process called hardening. So hardening is nothing but a gradual exposure of these plantlets to the humidity conditions, humid by for acclimatization. Acclimatization in the sense they get adjusted within the locality or local environmental condition in a stepwise manner. Normally they are growing in the normal field. Expose the plantlets to the normal environmental condition in a stepwise manner by the process called hardening. So these are the steps also that are involved in the plant tissue cultures. Okay, thank you. Our next videos we are going to discuss continuously.